So Robbie's taking over bass duties. How's the transition process going with between her?
Awesome, man. Robbie picks up on stuff really, really quickly. He's learned quite a lot in a very short amount of time. So we're super pumped. We're really ready to hit the road with him and really get his feet wet. Huh?
That's you. That's him.
So tonight marks the start of a 12-city tour after pretty much a year-long hiatus, right? How excited are you guys?
Oh man, this is
very excited. Very excited. As I explained to you before when we were talking, we used to tour for long periods of time, for 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks, and we were used to that. And we did it all on our own, and then the transition to work with label and booking agent and management and all that stuff. You have to kind of get used to, well, okay, these people are going to eventually take over this duty, but we got to kind of, meet each other in the middle, and we got to make things bridge across. And so we've been kind of waiting and waiting, hoping something will happen, or maybe thinking that we're not supposed to do this, maybe they're supposed to start doing it. So we've not really been on hiatus, but we've been just doing little weekend shows, 2 days in a row.
We've only done like 15 shows this year, but we're used to more like the 200 shows a year or something. So it's a lot different.
So it's a lot like sitting on your hands, and you really want to do something with
touch
your hands.
stuff.
Touch stuff. Yes,
you're
that's
sitting
a good
on
example. It's a very good example.
So you guys are playing with Harvard and the business people tonight. Junior astronomers are joining in the mix tomorrow night in Wilmington. Is that right?
Got it, yeah.
So you guys played with all these bands in the past?
We have, yeah.
Being from Charlotte?
Yeah.
Yep.
Definitely. We love everyone.
And we hope that we grow closer to them while we're out on the road.
So it must be nice to bring the Charlotte music scene to other parts of the country. What should those not from this area expect from this lineup and from you guys?
The diversity is a main thing. Even though we're all from Charlotte, we're all pretty different in the way that we sound as far as what style of music we play and stuff. So I think with the 3 bands that we have, I think these other cities are really going to have a good taste of what Charlotte's all about, because it's so diverse, and they get a real taste of almost every end of the spectrum. So
all of these bands have toured and worked really hard too. This isn't just bands who happen to be from Charlotte. I mean, these are bands that are that have cut their teeth here and paid their dues and have toured before and have traveled and worked for it. So I mean, it's really I'm not trying to say that we or anybody else are the cream of the crop, or that we work harder than anybody else, but it's not just any band from Charlotte. It's not it's a very, like Bobby said, it's a very diverse representation of the core of what I would think of as
Harvard just went to the West Coast for the first time last month.
Yeah, and you guys played South by Southwest, right?
We did.
Yeah.
It's actually how we met the
year.
label that we're signed to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we did South by.
We didn't have any shows booked for it until 2 days before, and we ended up getting 2 or 3 gigs, just kind of having to carry our gear,
guerrilla
15
style.
blocks,
Cool.
and show up, play, tear it down. There's a bunch of people there. You get handed a bunch of business cards and stuff, and people say, "Hey, what's the name of your band?" And it's just a crazy, sweaty week of hell, but it was worth it. It was worth it. If we didn't do it, we wouldn't be where we are.
So what are your biggest musical influences across the board, guys?
You want us to pick one, or?
Sure.
I'd say the Flaming Lips, probably my overall my favorite band.
I'd say Green Day. From when I was a little kid, that's what made me want to play.
I guess my biggest nowadays is a band called Mute Math.
I guess Foo Fighters, I don't know. We all listen to so much stuff. It's really hard.
It's hard to pick
one
but
band, you know. It's real tough.
What are you guys jamming out on the iPod right now?
There's a band from the UK called Basement that I like a whole lot. They just broke up. Always happens when you get into a band. But they're really, really good. Just anything real heartfelt. I like.
I'm rocking an actual CD of the new Coheed and Cambria album. When I was in high school, I used to like them a lot, but on my iPod, I'm still listening to the new St. Vincent album. So I'm still rocking that.
Yeah.
The new Deftones album, I've got a couple songs from that.
I'm excited about that.
That's pretty cool. I'm ready for that to come out.
Okay. So outside of the tour you guys got going on, you have a video for Campfire coming out November 6th.
Yep.
And a new album out next year, right?
Yes, we do.
Tell us about the video and the recording, first full-length album. How was that?
Well, this is the first time that we've done a video before we released a single, before we released an album even, I think, probably.
Yeah, it's definitely.
And we've been working with one of our really close friends who does really great work, named Josh Stauffer. He's been working really close with us to do Campfire is more of a performance style thing, as you can tell from the teaser. And I don't want to give away anything else, but
yeah, it's like a culmination of like this year, since we have been kind of sitting on our hands, or however you want to say it, that we've only done a certain amount of shows, and we've had Josh come along with us and kind of videotape it. So it's like a culmination of like this whole year for us, like kind of like waiting and playing shows with like testing out the new material and stuff. So that's pretty much what it all is.
We do have another music video coming out though, which is pretty ambitious.
For us, definitely.
But we can't tell you anything about that yet.
Yeah.
So that'll be a little bit later.
Tell you anything.
What about the name of the album? Has that been released yet?
Oh, it's been said.
Yeah.
I think so.
We can say it.
Can you guys say it on Shudder?
Yeah, we can say it.
Yeah, we can say
it.
it.
Take it. Get
Pop
it.
it out.
The album is called The Eyes They See.
Yeah.
That's the name of it.
They do.
Yes.
So how do you think your guys' sound overall has changed since the 2011 EP that you guys put out, and now with this new album?
Just a little more like energy and a little more fun, I guess it's got a little more like pop sensibility to it. It's still that alternative rock, but it's a little more kind of
Pretty refined.
Yeah, it's geared
to
towards like a larger audience rather than kind of writing music where we all think it's great and cool, but not the whole general public might. So we kind of wanted to broaden the spectrum a little bit on this one and just kind of make it real fun, real accessible, real whatever.
We've really matured as listeners as well as we have as performers and writers, and I think with that we've got one of the biggest trade-offs we've started to make is that everything we write and we play we enjoy, but we also consider other people so much more in our writing, because that's what it's about. At first initially it's about getting your rocks off and like expressing yourself, and the you and the me and the I and the very active first-person voice for lyrics and I and you. But really at the core of it, it's the we and everybody else that listens to it that really matters. So I think that's and it's not like it's alien. What we've done on this new album is, if you listen to the album we put out in 2008 by ourselves, which is We Cracked the Sky, then 2009 was Poor Baby Zebra on our own also, then Lovers at Lightspeed in 2011. It's a very steady progression from a very much more experimental kind of out there sound to a much more reined in, accessible style.
Okay. Album release date, is that?
Not yet. It's tentative for early next year, February, March-ish.
Yeah.
Subject to change.
Not soon enough.
Yeah.
Well, this was
for us.
supposed to be,
It was supposed to be tonight. Yeah.
This was originally going to be that.
Yeah.
We are signed now, so it is one of those things.
A lot of politics
a lot of red
involved.
tape.
Yeah, exactly.
They're listening right now.
But February or March is a great time to release now, so we're hoping that works out as far as the actual release.
What else is in store for Sugar Glider in 2013?
Lots of touring,
Lots of touring.
Being on the road, getting the name out there.
More music videos.
Yeah, got that music video. Hopefully it'll be released right with the record or right before the record for a song called Lost in the Woods. And just really hitting the road and really trying to just, garner as much attention and as much buzz as we possibly can. So
We hope to traverse the United States all the way to the West Coast this year.
That's a big
goal.
thing, getting over to the West Coast.
Maybe do some Canada shows, that'd be nice. Like to play Letterman maybe, Jimmy Fallon, those late night shows.
Do that this year.
Yeah,
man.
you gotta have them. You gotta have them. So if you don't have them, it's
Gotta
hard
set
to,
the bar high.
Nobody else is gonna do it for you. You have to do it. So,
I appreciate the time today.
thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Tour.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So,
Thank you very much.
Thank you.